Hey everybody, it's Kayak Cliff. Today I'm doing a review on a brand new kayak from Sea Eagle. It's called the EZLite 10. And well, by the name light in the name of the product, it's a ultralight kayak. I mean, the kayak that's in this bag here, it weighs 26 pounds. That's just the kayak. So we're gonna set it up here on the ground. I'm gonna go through all the parts and features of the boat. And then behind me, we're gonna get it on the water and show you what I think about this really innovative new kayak from Sea Eagle. Again, right here, it comes in this backpack. And in the backpack, normally you have just the kayak. And then maybe you have a little bit of room to put something else. Well, in this backpack, I have the new EZLite 10, but I also have my paddle, my PFD, my seat, my air pump, the skeg. Everything I need is right here, self-contained in this bag. And I know a lot of you are probably wondering, how much does it weigh in the bag with everything in there? So I brought a little scale here. Let's get it out here and see. I'm just going to pick it up and see. $38.9 to 39.1 pounds. So in under 40 pounds, you have in one self-contained package everything you need to get out on the water and have fun. And that's what this kayak is centered around, fun. So hey, let's get it out of here and let's inflate it and go through all the features, functions, benefits, everything of this boat, and then get it on the water. Okay, out comes everything out of the bag. Ultralight kayaks, there's other ultralight kayaks out there that are portable, and I'm really referring to the portable ultralight kayaks. I've used in the past those folding origami style type kayaks, and I just found them to have way too many parts and pieces, and I found them to not perform well on the water. And I also found all those parts and pieces would eventually break or crack, because most of the time it was just plastic. And that's not the case with this. You'll see here real quick, I haven't even pulled out the boat yet, and there's really the only parts and pieces with the boat are the skegs for your, are the foot pegs for your feet and the skeg underneath and your seat that you put in. That's it. So you see right here, oh, I forgot to bring the paddle out as well. So there's the paddle. I always strap it together. I've already used it a couple times. I wanted to get it on the water. They just introduced it like a week ago, but I wanted to get it on the water and kind of, get my opinion so I can give you some feedback. So I always strap it together when I fold it. But here it is, a 10-foot kayak. Now, we're going to go ahead and inflate it. It comes with a manual pump, so you can pump this really pretty easily. This would take you about 5, maybe 10 minutes to pump up, but probably closer to 5 minutes because it's not a real big boat with the pump that comes with it. I always use just my battery operated pump. I love this, and that way I can film it inflating while I have the pump attached to it. I can go grab the camera. So we'll start with the floor first. Yeah, it inflates to 10 PSI. Okay, with the battery pump, that literally took about 90 seconds to inflate. So the floor is fully inflated. Now we're going to inflate the sides. Okay, one of the things I absolutely love are the new foot pegs. Sea Eagle has redesigned the foot pegs, and they've redesigned them so they're easy to put together and easy to take apart for when you fold these up. In the past, it's been a little bit more difficult, a little bit more tedious. So what you have is you have 2 foot pegs, you have right and you have left. It's got an L or a R on it. So it's going to go in like so. And all you do is you take your rod, you insert it through the end here and into the foot peg, and then you insert it into the other side and you lock it down. And then you have a fully adjustable foot peg that locks in like 1/4 inch increments all the way down the side here, so you can get it perfect to whatever your height is. And we'll do the same to the other side. I mean, before it wasn't impossible to put them in, but I mean, this is super easy to put the foot pegs in. Now, what about seating options? Well, this is the high back seat. It comes with 2 different seating options. You have a high back seat, which I like the high back. You also have an inflatable seat. The high back seat works with 4 clips, and these are all stainless steel, saltwater friendly clips that are not going to rust. I've never had any trouble with any rust on any of my Sea Eagle boats. And they just clamp to D-rings in the bottom of the boat. Okay, now the seat is all clamped in, and I like the way it wraps around and gives you really good back support. And if you want to recline it more, you just loosen the straps. If you want it more upright, you just tighten the straps. So, Sea Eagle has put grab handles on either side, which are nice for carrying, and that's typical on most kayaks is to have side handles. But one thing that they did is they put a grab handle in the middle, and this is neoprene wrapped, so it's very comfortable. And this is like kind of like a strap, or I mean like a carrying strap for a paddle board. They have these, so they've integrated this into the EZLite 10. Also up in the bow, they have a neoprene wrapped carrying handle, as they do in the stern as well. And these are very comfortable to carry. It's also a very nice touch by the folks at Sea Eagle, just by embroidering that logo on there. It just doesn't look cheap. It's just very well built. Okay, let's put those carrying handles to use. I mean, look at that. How easy is that? Carry it just like a paddle board, or if you want to put it on your shoulder, you can grab the carrying handle here or on the other side and put it up on your shoulder. But how many kayaks can you do this to? I mean, that's a darn good workout. Might need more weight to work out with, but really, really slick. I mean, 26 pounds. Well, actually, it's not 26 pounds because I put the seat in and I put the foot pegs in. So how much does this kayak weigh fully rigged? Well, let's see. I love these little digital scales. Let's hook it up and see. As long as it's not over 50 pounds, the scale will work. Let's see here. 28.1, 0.0, 08. Let's call it a clean 28 pounds. I mean, there's not many kayaks out there, especially 10-foot kayaks that can carry 325-pound payloads. I mean, this is a serious boat. There's not many kayaks out there that can weigh this little and do this much. Boy, you gotta love it. You pick a time to film a video that's gonna be perfect weather, according to the weatherman, and I got thunderstorms coming around here, so hopefully it doesn't rain. But now, the EZLite is 32 inches wide, 18 inches on the inside, but 32 inches wide, so it's a very stable boat, as you'll see when we get out in the water. Again, 10 feet in length. What's nice that I love about this, it's like the EZLite, where you have, well, in this one you have 2 air chambers, whereas the EZLite has 3. But you have an air chamber here and an air chamber here on the sides. It's all connected, so it's all basically one piece. You have drop stitch 1000 denier fabric material that makes up the composition of this boat. And what drop stitch is older inflatables would take very low PSIs or pounds per square inch when inflated because they couldn't handle a lot of PSI. Well, to make a boat real hard and stiff, you have to be able to increase the PSI, but typically if you increase the PSI too much, it'll pop like a balloon. So what they've done is inside between the two layers or the two sides of the bottom or the sides, there's thousands of filaments that connect this side to this side. And when you inflate it, they pull against each other, and that allows you to pump these to very high PSIs and get a very rigid construction. So this boat it functions like a plastic kayak. It's just not heavy like a plastic kayak. All the seams are quadruple reinforced, quadruple overlapped. It's a phenomenally durable boat. They've also put an additional safety layer, 1000 denier black material underneath. And the really cool thing about this boat is it has a keel that runs the whole length of the boat. So it slopes away to each side. Let me turn it over for you a little bit. Yeah, see this keel that runs the whole length of the boat. Then you have a skeg that goes in to the back, and it just slides in and pops into place with a little pin here. And I'm going to take that out for right now. That gives you unbelievable tracking ability. One other thing about the construction of the boat is everywhere that your feet are gonna be, whether you're standing up in this boat, and yes, you can stand up in it, wherever your knees or your feet are gonna be, you have extra EVA foam here, which, I'm just digging the color schemes that they did on this. This is not a Sea Eagle boat from the past. This is a new product, and they got the neat logo here, all the neat colors. It's very shiny, and the EVA foam in the bottom just gives a lot of comfort and extra security to the bottom of the boat. This colorful area on the boat that has a real sheen to it, it's really nice because I haven't been able to do this before. I can put suction cup mounts. So Ram mounts made by Ram, and there's other suction cup mounts as well. You can put a cup holder, rod holder, whatever. There's all types of things that integrate with these Ram suction cup mounts. But I put it on there and left it for 24 hours with the camera on it. It didn't come off at all. Now, one thing that's unique to Sea Eagle compared to those, like I had mentioned before, like the other portable folding origami style kayaks, is you have the ability to add a Bixby motor to them. This skeg assembly not only takes a skeg, but it will take a Bixby motor. And this motor, it will go at medium speeds, it'll go almost all day long. It's got a battery pack. You basically have a cable. Here, I'm going to take it out so I can turn it over. But you have a cable that you wrap around the boat and you attach to this battery that is waterproof and also floats. So that's the Bixby battery. Unbelievable option. It's nothing that you have to get with the boat at the beginning, but you can add that later if you want. It wasn't even supposed to rain.
I know. Wait, I'll get out of your way.
Oh, no worries. Boy, the things I go through to make videos for you guys. I came out here it's a beautiful day. There's not supposed to be any rain. And here's this thunderstorm, and boy, that was a close one. So I'm in safety now. I'm sitting here in the car. If this is a quick passing storm, it's going to be beautiful to get out on the water in a few minutes, or maybe 15, 20 minutes. So we'll wait and see. If not, you're going to see a break and me coming back like tomorrow to film the on the water section. Okay, time to get this EZLite 10 out on the water. Boy, was that a heck of a storm last night. Yeah, last night. This is the next day. I'm down actually in Waco, Texas for work, and I'm going to take this evening and finally get this EZLite out for you guys for an on-the-water test. One thing that's really noticeable that as I was packing this, I just have about a 50-yard walk down to the water. I have my camera mount stuck on here. One thing I really like is that my paddle, all I got to do is take the paddle and wedge it up underneath the front, and it sits there and hangs. And then I have my little dry bag, another camera pole, and my skeg and a bottle of water. I have my PFD on. So, let me see how I do this here. So all I have to do is grab this handle here, pick it up, and I'm carrying in one trip everything I need down to the water. And as light as this kayak is, that's what makes it possible. So, hey, I'll see you when I get out in the water here. Okay, so the first thing I had mentioned, you do want to paddle with the skeg. I'm just starting out. I'm on the river that feeds into the Brazos River, and we've had a lot of heavy rain, so there's some current. So I'm gonna just go up the current here for a little bit and see how bad it is before I go down with the current. I don't want to get stuck. But the boat tracks compared to literally any 10-foot boat I've ever been in. That's hardshell plastic boats. Well, really only hardshell plastic boats. I've been in tons of those that are 10 feet long. And when you get into them and you start paddling, they're slow, they're sluggish, and they track, over-exaggerate. They track, the bow of the boat just points left, right, left, right. It doesn't stay straight. Now, the EZLite 10, it does it a little bit, but only like this. And with that skeg in, you don't get that in a hard shell plastic kayak. You don't have a skeg back there in a 10-foot, boat like this that you can use for the trackability. And boy, it tracks beautifully. Now, it does take a little more effort to turn, not bad. Sometimes you might need to do a sweeping stroke, but then once you start paddling again, it just locks in and just keeps on going. So I have a cross current right now coming at me, probably about a 1 mile an hour cross current, and I'm going exactly where I want to go, where I pointed that boat, and that skeg's making it possible. Now the EZLite 10, it's primarily a flat water boat. Well, it is a flat water boat. It's made for flat waters that, not like class 2 rapids or anything like that. I think it could probably get over class 1 rapids. The only thing is, it's a very straight boat. The bow does not have a lot of lift to it. So water could come up over, although I don't think that's really an issue, because when I had it out for the first time last week, I was out on the lake near my house, and there was a lot of boat traffic. And I intentionally went out where it was rough with waves, about like this, 1 foot waves. No problem at all. Did not come over the bow or anything. It was even windy, so they were like wind-driven waves, and I didn't have any problem at all. So again, it's a flat water boat. They're not rating it at Sea Eagle for whitewater. But next week I'm going to be in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I think I'm going to take this boat and float the Rio Grande with it and do a video. And there I'm told there are class 1 rapids, so I'm going to give it a whirl and see. Now, if you're new to kayaking and you're looking for a starter boat, a lot of people will buy just a little, $200, $300 starter boat. And if they like the sport, they quickly put that on Marketplace or Craigslist, and they get something else. Well, this EZLite 10, it's a lot of boats. It's a great starter boat, but if you get this as a starter boat, I guarantee you're not going to be looking for another boat to replace it within a few months, because you've outgrown that starter boat. You can grow with this boat. You get more higher performance with the longer boats that you get in, like 12-foot and 14-foot boats, but those size boats aren't for everybody, and they're more to carry. They're even more to fold up if they're inflatable. But you know, with this boat, the stability is just incredible. I view this as a boat like, well, in addition to just getting out and adventuring, I also view this as a boat like I'm using tonight. You know, I'm down traveling for work. I threw it in my car and then into the day, inflate it up, carry it out, get in the water. I don't have to go back and forth to the ramp. I have everything in my boat, and I just walk down to the water, drop it in, sit my butt down in the seat, and go. That's it. It's a grab and go boat. And I can see myself getting out a heck of a lot more on weeknights after work. You know, you got an hour to get a nice paddle in. Yeah, you grab the boat and go. It's no big ordeal. Now I view the EZLite like I view a sit-on-top kayak. And there's a lot of benefits with sit-on-top kayaks. They're just so easy to get in and out of. You're not angling yourself down into a center console. Great for warm weather. Good for cool weather too, but you probably want to put some dry gear on or anything like that in case you get wet. But I call this side saddle sitting. And if I swing to the right or the left and dangle my legs in the water, I mean, look how stable this boat is. I mean, there's no concern at all for tipping over. I'm doing this because I'm looking for my bottle of water, which I guess I did not bring. I thought I did. Oh well. No, I didn't. But it's a great way to get stuff in the back of the boat that you have behind you. And those bungee straps in the back or up on the bow, they just, again, they help keep everything locked in tight that you might have in different parts of this boat. See, it just swung around, wasn't an issue at all. Even, you know, the camera is all the way up in the bow of the boat. So I can get on my knees. I'm up here in the front of the boat. It's not tippy at all. I feel totally secure. Aha! I found something cold next to my leg. There's my bottle of water. I knew I brought it. Don't ever forget to bring some water when you're out. And even snacks if you get a little hungry. Now, we talked about maneuverability before in the tracking. The one thing I've noticed is, watch this here. If I'm not moving anywhere, if I'm not going forward at all, and I don't have any tremendous forward speed, the boat is very easy to maneuver. But then, once I crank down on it, and I get some speed, there the boat, see if I do a wide stroke, it'll turn, but it just doesn't want to break from that tracking, which is awesome. That's really what you want. You just practice on longer sweeping turns or more turn on one side than the other to get yourself turning, or maybe a little backstroke, although that slows you down, so you don't want to do too many backstrokes. And so that's how it maneuvers. Maneuvers unbelievably at slow speeds, but then locks into a tracking mode once you get up to the higher speeds. Now, one of the other things I really noticed on this boat, and I just noticed it because I started paddling, I've never really experienced anything like that, is when I get on something like my EZLite or many hardshell plastic kayaks, you know, a lot of times there's hardware and different things on the sides of the boat, on the, you know, the sides of the boat. And sometimes if you're not watching out, you do a stroke and you come down and you hit it and you catch a fingernail or you bust, you know, scrape a knuckle against something. It's not that big a deal, but on this EZLite, the sides slope down at like a 45-degree angle, something like that. And there's nothing on them. So number one, they're out of the way. You're not hitting them with your hands every once in a while. I mean, just every once in a while it happens. And sometimes it sends a jolt down your body because you don't expect it. I haven't had that at all on this boat. I really like that design of these sides that slope down and they're smooth and slippery with nothing on them. So in the event that your hand does hit them, it's not a big deal. But, you know, to prevent that, as a rule of thumb, you want to have your hands about this far apart to where it looks like a football goalpost, and that's American football goalpost. You want your elbows and arms at a right angle, and that's pretty much your ideal paddling distance. And you do that, actually for me, a little bit more in feels better, but if you do that, you're not going to be hitting the sides anyway. Okay, one of my goals in getting this on the water and to do a review with you is to do a speed test. I like to do that. And I'm on a river with swollen currents from tons of rains that we've had. I'm going against the current now that I guess to be about a mile-an-hour current. It's not crazy, it's very manageable. Do I do a speed test going upstream? Do I do a speed test going downstream? I don't know, I think going upstream is probably better, which is what I'm doing now. So let's see here. I'm just going at a good cruising speed workout paddle. You know, it's not lazy sauntering, not really doing much of anything and just drifting. It's not that kind of paddle. Right now I'm going 1.4 miles per hour. So that tells me the current is definitely more than a mile per hour. You have to trust me on this. This boat is a very quick boat. It's just not a quick boat into this current. Yeah, when I look to the side, I'm not really going that fast, but I'm able to go upstream, no problem. Okay, when I turned the camera off just a second ago, I had an idea. I was getting 1.5 miles per hour going upstream. Well, if I went downstream paddling the same way and I subtracted the difference, oh my gosh, I am cooking now. It is a fast current. Maybe I can figure out on flat water what the speed would be. Okay, so I'm going at a comfortable speed right now. I'm going 5.8 miles per hour, just 5.9 right now. 5.9, 6 miles per hour. So, yeah, 6.1 miles per hour. So the current's faster than I thought it was. It's gotta be a 2.5 mile current. Whew, okay. That was fun going with the current. Now, when I went with the current at a cruising speed and I got to 6 to 6.1 miles per hour, but when I was cruising against the current, I was only getting about 1.8 miles per hour. That tells me that a cruising speed is anywhere between 3 and 4 miles per hour in this boat, and that's phenomenal. For a 32-inch wide boat, you take a 32-inch wide hardshell plastic boat, it's not going to weigh 26 pounds, it's going to weigh 60, 65 pounds. It's not going to be as fast and efficient as this, and in my opinion, they don't track as well. Boy, I'm just amazed at how well this boat is working, and I think you can get, on average, easily 3 to 3.5 mile cruising speed on this boat, and top it out around probably 4.5 miles per hour. You know, one of the things, you know, the products that I use on this channel, the products that I represent on my website at kayakcliff.com or in the description boxes of all my videos, they're high quality products. I'm a big believer in high quality, and I'll only represent products that really meet my my rigid design and performance standards and quality standards. And Sea Eagle definitely does that. The other thing I like about Sea Eagle is they're innovators. They've been around since, I think, the mid-60s. I might be a year off, around 67, 68 they started. They've been making inflatables for that long. And they make a great product, but they don't just rest on their laurels and say, oh, we got 3 boats, we got 4 boats, we've done enough, let's just sell them. They're constantly innovating. And this EZLite is a product of that innovation. And from what I've seen, there's a lot more coming. So, way to go, Sea Eagle. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching this video with me and you know, experiencing a new kayak. If you're interested, the link for this kayak is in the description box. And that's my affiliate link. If you click on that link and buy from that link, then it gets me a little bit back from Sea Eagle to help support the channel. That's how I support all the trips that I do and a lot of the gear that I have to buy and a lot of things that I have to buy for these outdoor experiences. That's how I get them, is by getting a little bit back from people purchasing on the affiliate link. So if you want to see all the things that I like, I usually put a bunch of description links in the description box, or affiliate links, but you can also go to kayakcliff.com and look at my affiliated products page. It's everything from camping and hiking and biking and paddling and boating, just all the products that I love and honestly use all the time. So God's blessings to you and your families. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I promise there's some adventures coming around the bend too. I intend to get a heck of a lot more adventures in this year. But again, God bless, and Kayak Cliff out.